In this edition of the Sports Buffet Classic, we're going to hear the press conference, Bryant Stith, Darrell Plogger, and more. And if you were in attendance, you probably know I'm talking about the 2011-2012 Virginia High School League State Boys semifinal with Brunswick and Rockbridge County. It was a phenomenal basketball game. And if you didn't know who Andrew Rousey was before that game, you certainly were going to know after the second half he put on. You'll hear from Coach Plogger and some Rockbridge players, and you'll hear from Coach Stith and some Brunswick players. Coach Stith and the Brunswick players will start off. They got the best of Rockbridge on that day at the Siegel Center. But if you got into the Siegel Center and watched that game, you got more than what you paid for watching Andrew Rousey. The Sports Buffet Classic. It's Rockbridge, Brunswick. It's this post-game press conference. Brunswick first, then Rockbridge, here on the Sports Buffet Podcast.
I've been fortunate enough to be a part of 9 state tournament basketball games. And the performance that Andrew Rousey put on in this second half has to rank up there at the very top. My hat's off to Rockbridge. My hat's off to Andrew Rousey. 2 great teams played in the semifinals that were worthy of advancing to the state championship. It's just by the grace of the Lord that it was Brunswick that was ahead at the end of the game. But I have all of the respect in the world for Rockbridge and for Andrew Rousey and the performance that they put forth this afternoon.
Coach, on the last defensive possession, when Rockbridge had the ball down by 3 inbound and going the length of the court, can you walk us through what you talked about at the huddle prior to that?
We wanted anybody on the court to take that shot except for Rousey. We had a triangle and 2, and the 2 was on number 10. I don't care how it looked. I don't care how unconventional it was. It was effective because he basically took the game over into his own hands, and we just wanted to make sure we denied him the basketball and forced somebody who's not comfortable in those situations to make a play. And fortunate enough, it worked for us. These guys played a tremendous game. They came out and jumped out and got an early lead, and we were able to ride that first half run that we had through into the overtime period, and we just outlasted Rockbridge at the end.
Just talk about what was tough about Rockbridge and how they making that huge comeback. What was your response?
The beautiful thing about this, and everything happens for a reason. If anybody saw the state championship game last year, we were almost in a similar predicament against Waynesboro. Therefore, these 4 guys who were sitting next to me did not get rattled. Only thing they kept doing is telling each other, we just need 1 stop, 1 rebound. And they were able to make that at the end. And then, again, those guys made some timely free throws to be able to give us that cushion that we needed. But experience, being here 6 straight years, I have these guys, Brandon, Antoine, and Shaq, have been a part of 3 state championship games, and BJ has been a part of now going on his 2nd. That's priceless in situations like this, and I think that our experience showed.
I think Rockbridge went over 7, something like that, in the last few minutes of overtime. Was there something you guys were doing differently, or just
it's who took those shots? Yeah. It's who took those shots the reason why they were 0 for 7. We made a conscious effort to make Rousey the person who wasn't taking those big shots, because we knew that if he got a good look, that 9 times out of 10 that shot was going to go down.
He missed a few also.
Yeah, we wore him down. I mean, I know he's in great condition, and I know that he's a heck of a player. But, when you try to shake 2 players cutting and running, trying to get free off of screens, in the overtime period, he just had no energy to come to the basketball. And that's a credit to, how hard that these guys worked and the sense of urgency that we had in those last 2 minutes.
If you didn't have foul trouble, especially on BJ, in the third quarter. That triangle two that you're talking about, would you rather have had him in, be able to
That was our game plan.
Or how would that have looked?
That was our game plan all along. But, everybody has, a plan until you get punched square in the mouth. We had talked about Antoine playing Rousey in the first half, just dogging him, and then we were going to put BJ on him in the second half, somebody with size to be able to contest his shots. But that didn't play out because BJ got 2 quick fouls. We had some creative things that we were going to do with Brandon, but we couldn't afford to put those guys in that position and have them foul out the basketball game, so we had to make game adjustments.
Brandon, you had the go-ahead dunk. How'd that open up for you? I know their center had just picked his 4th up right before that. Dunked it on. You think he didn't want to foul, or how'd that open up for you down there?
Well, he always gave me enough room for me to shoot. So once I saw the lane to the baseline, I said I'm going to go in. And luckily, I had enough room to squeeze through between him and this baseline and get that dunk.
Maybe a couple of the players you talked about guarding Rousey and also 32 press starting to get some good shots.
Antoine, you were the person that had the fortune to guard Rousey tonight.
Rousey, he was a great player. Almost ahead out of all the people I got, I say he the top first. Number 1 that I ever got. He was a great player. Rockbridge, they came out to play. They're a great team.
Were you guys surprised at all with the way they came back on you, or did you kind of, even though you had a big lead, did you guys expect them to make that run and really close it down late?
Well, we had talked about this week that championship teams at some point in time face adversity. And last year we faced adversity in the second half against Waynesboro, and we believe that adversity will come tonight against Rockbridge. When I talked to other coaches and I did my scouting reports, everybody told me that Rousey scores in spurts. He scores in bunches. And we know that we didn't see that in the first half. So we talked about that in halftime. No matter what happens, we have to be ready. We have to stick together. We have to keep our composure. And these guys, to their credit, were able to do that.
Had to be tough as a coach to sit there and watch off them get all those offensive rebounds. Or was that a factor? Probably to your defense, you weren't able to box out?
Well, what happened was when you have 2 guys on Rousey and he's 30 feet from the basket, we have BJ who is playing the passing lane zone, 2 guys on the weak side, and we have Brandon trying to box out 3 players. We were just out of position. But that's a chance that we had to take because we didn't want Rousey to have the ball in his hand one-on-one against Antoine. I'll take those percentages any day. And again, it worked out in our favor.
For the players, just can you talk about the sense of relief just to get to the championship game when that was the hump? It took you guys so long to get over the idea of maybe not even getting back to that challenge if you had lost today.
It was a huge relief because all year us, Rockbridge and Fluvanna, were all considered the best team in the state. And all year, and all in practice, all we heard was Yaya Anderson and Andrew Rousey. So we came to the game. We knew that Andrew was going to get his points. We knew he was going to get up shots. So our game plan was mainly to stop him. But it was a huge relief to get past it because if you ask me, I never want to see him again in my life.
Unless he's a teammate at Virginia, right?
Virginia. But I'm thankful that we got through, and also thankful that Yaya didn't get past the semifinals either. So right now we're just going to be focused on Cave Spring and hopefully get our second straight state championship.
Coach, you ever heard of that team you're playing in the finals?
Just like he said, he doesn't want to see Andrew Rousey. I don't know if I want to see Coach Hicks and Cave Spring anymore either. But one good thing about it, they don't have that 7-footer in the middle this year. So I feel confident that we can go out and play well against a well-coached team. I know that that they are going to get the maximum effort. He's going to get the maximum effort from his team. So I look forward to an exciting game on Saturday. I think that this may be the 4th time that these schools have faced off in the state championship game. So I think that there's history there. We both can pull off of past experiences. I think that we have a lot of bulletin board material that we can use to get our teams pumped up for the game on Saturday. And I just look forward to another great game. And hopefully, these guys can come out and play with the same effort and intensity.
Anything else? One quick one for BJ. You picked up the fouls, and then late in the game, there were a couple of times when you had some turnovers. One ball seemed like to slip through your hands, and you were trying to throw the cross-court pass, and seemed to be throwing it for LeBron. How frustrated were you in that moment, and then able to still come back and make all those free throws down the stretch?
It was extremely frustrating because before that was the time that we gave up 6 offensive rebounds. So it was like the last 2 minutes of the game, the ball was all in Rockbridge's hands. And it didn't make any better that I gave it right back to him. So I was down on myself, but my dad always told me that great players have short memories. So I had to put that behind me. I had to think about, all right, it's done, it's over. You got to get back on defense now. And with that, me forgetting that, I stepped into the line, and I was blessed to be put in that situation and knock down his free throws.
So. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. 2 champions on the court today. Couldn't be more proud of my guys if we were in the winning locker room. 2 heavyweights battling it out from the start. We get down, I think, 21-4. I knew we weren't going to quit. Didn't know we'd send it to overtime, but I knew we wouldn't quit, and I knew we'd fight every possession. It's the kind of team we got. Together, that's been our motto all year. Together to the end. All of our guys are disappointed. Myself, I'm mostly disappointed because we don't get to do it one more time together. Proud of my guys. Brunswick, no back down in those guys either. We knew what we were going to get coming in. Great basketball team, class act. Stith brothers, great basketball players. Shaq Jones, tremendous player. They spread you out. You got to work every possession, and I would think all those guys will sleep good tonight. Great basketball game.
Questions? Well, for the most part, it looked like the shots you got in overtime were good shots. I mean, you were pretty pleased with the shots.
Yeah, I thought we had good looks. A couple of them from where I was standing at this stop for sure. They were going to go in, and we could get up 2 or 3, and just didn't go in. Their defense was great. But yeah, I thought we got some pretty good looks. And they, late in the game, most of these guys probably played 32 minutes. I don't give them a break very often, but I don't even think that was it. Shots just didn't go. Just one of those things. But great effort to get it 2 overtime.
Andrew, can you talk about how they started double teaming you? I'm sure they didn't want to get shot in your hands for the other game.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough going against a double team. Every time I come off a pick, there was a guy on top of it, the bottom of it. It was good defense.
Andrew, Coach Stith said he thought maybe they wore you down by the end of the game. Did you think, were you getting tired at all? Did you feel?
I was a little tired, yeah, but I wasn't tired, but my legs were getting a little shot.
Maybe the players you guys can talk about, just what drove you to make that huge comeback after getting down?
The caliber of that team is tremendous. They're deep in the bench, they're athletic. They get up in you on defense. We wanted to match their level of intensity, so we just fought back and gave it everything we had.
Coach, you get the timeout with 13.6 left in overtime, down by 3 after they hit the free throws. What was drawn up in the huddle?
We knew that Andrew was going to get a ton of attention, so what we tried to do was get a screen set with Javon, hoping that everybody would go with Andrew and Javon would pick and pop and get the wide open look. That's what we were shooting for.
And obviously it didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work. I think maybe, I'm not even sure what happened. I think they forced somebody else to bring it in. Devontae ended up bringing the ball up the court. We put in a shooter toward the end of the game and was going to try to get one of our shooters on the court or all of our shooters on the court, and it just didn't work out. But great effort.
Jalen and Javon, just being seniors, kind of reflect on how far this team has come. Looking back,
We didn't reach
far exceeded expectations.
No, we didn't reach our goal, but I think we did pretty good. Our season was good.
Hard work and dedication got us this far. Couldn't pull it out, but we gave it all we got. That's all we can say.
Andrew, can you talk about that first quarter, weathering the storm? Do you think you guys were caught off guard, or what What happened in that first quarter to fall behind 21-3?
I wouldn't say caught off guard. I mean, we've been practicing like that. I mean, we knew coming in how Brunswick were. I mean, their name speaks for itself. So I'm not really sure. It's just shots didn't fall. We weren't playing our game. We weren't running through our offense. And after we kind of got used to it, got into the flow, we kind of got better.
To talk about that fourth quarter, I'm sorry. What were you feeling in that fourth quarter when it seemed like everything was going in and you guys were making the dramatic comeback? What was that like for you?
I mean, it was a good feeling, of course, but we just didn't want to lose. We knew they were going to fight back with us, and we just wanted to hit harder. We wanted it.
Going back from the first quarter to the second quarter, when the Stiths both got in foul trouble, was that momentum for you guys? It's like, hey, now's the time to kill.
I mean, the Stith brothers are good, but they had two people to come in and fill their roles. I mean, they had a good team.
Dale, you got your fourth right before Brandon got that last dunk. Did you have to back off there to keep from getting your fifth on that play?
Yes, sir. I had to play it smart. Just do whatever I can not to hurt my team in any way. Try to take the best options that I can.
Yeah, Jalen's so important to us on the backboards, especially in a game like that where Brunswick's got a lot of length. So if he fouls out, it's game over pretty much for us. We understand that. So that was a good play on his part not to commit that foul.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about your other guys, your bench as well as your school with Joe?
Yeah, these seniors are so close. I think over the last 4 years together, we've had probably somewhere around 80 wins, and I kept hearing coming in, that we knew we had a tall task in front of us, and we kept hearing that. And matter of fact, as soon as I came through the door, somebody greeted me and shook my hand and smiled and said, "Hey, you guys have a tall task in front of you." And I smiled back and I said, "Yes," and they do too. We knew what we had coming in. Brunswick is a great team, and I've got a great team too. Wouldn't trade places with anybody.
Coach, Brunswick has been in the Final Four 15 times. It was the first time for Rockbridge. Did that maybe have something to do with the slow start?
I don't think so. We came here with the purpose in mind. We wanted to take home another trophy and a pair of nets. And through the year, when we get really hyped up, sometimes we start fast and we rush a couple shots and some things like that. And I thought the first quarter we rushed a couple. We didn't take our time in the offense, but that's expected in a game of that caliber. But I don't really think they did anything to surprise us other than they're great, and we knew they were great coming in. Again, class act. I've seen them here in the Final Four many times. Matter of fact, my pregame speech was last week. Coach Rogers said if we took care of that game, we would have a great team. And my pregame speech was today, if we come down here and got the job done, we'd be legendary, because I think that is one of the best teams to play in a long time in Brunswick. And to push them to that limit, these guys are legends to me. Hope everybody, the crowd was so into it. I said in all the years I've come down here, I don't know if I've seen a crowd more into it. Great high school basketball game, that's what it's all about. Just a shame in that game there was a winner and a loser, but no losers in our locker room. I've got a locker room full of champions.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.